This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for September 22nd, 2025. The soundtrack to the new game Battlefield 6 has been announced, featuring music from Godsmack, Drowning Pool, Limp Bizkit, Pantera, Filter, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, The Prodigy, The Interrupters, Bob Dylan, and more. The game launches October 10th. You can check out the list online. Phish have released a statement after a stabbing incident outside their Friday show at the Hampton Coliseum in Hampton, Virginia, leaving one person dead and two injured. The incident occurred during the show near an unofficial merchandise booth located in a parking lot outside the Coliseum. The band sang during last night's show a tragic incident took place in the parking lot outside the Coliseum. There was an altercation behind one of the tents in the unofficial vending area where someone lost their life and two others were injured. We don't have any more information other than what's been reported by the police, who called it an isolated incident, but we do know that it's upsetting enough. We're deeply saddened by this, and our hearts go out to all of those affected. Local police confirmed that a person of interest who fled the scene was found and detained nearby. The Foo Fighters played a surprise show last night at the Black Cat in Washington, D.C., the group sharing news on the show, stating that fans could line up to purchase tickets starting at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. This is the band's third pop-up show in 2 weeks, following two in California. The group is set to headline several international dates starting October 2nd, including in Indonesia, Singapore, Japan, and Mexico through November 14th. Shirley Manson from Garbage has said the reason for the current North American tour and why it'll be the band's last is due to, quote, thievery of the record industry. During a show at the Anthem in Washington, D.C. last week, she took a moment to explain the decision not to continue with major headlining tours in the future. She said, quote, we have, as a band, decided due to basically economics of the music industry that we have to curtail our headline touring business. It has, thanks to thievery in the music industry, made touring very, very difficult. We're not complaining. We've had a fucking great run. I bring this up because my concern is, of course, that young musicians who go out here and tour, they're holding down jobs. They take 2 weeks off of their work so they can go around the country. Sometimes they're sleeping in their van. Sometimes they're staying in really, really dodgy so-called motels. And it's dangerous and it's really unacceptable and it really has to stop. Whatever's going on, it has to stop. It's unsafe and it's unacceptable. The Regent Sounds recording studio used by David Bowie, Jimi Hendrix, and the Rolling Stones is set to reopen its iconic London location. According to The Guardian, the studio site on Denmark Street, nicknamed Tin Pan Alley, will become a landmark spot for rock and roll, jazz, and blues through a multi-million-dollar investment. Regent Sounds has been closed for decades and will display and exhibit unearthed and historic items that hold significance in music history. This includes T-Bone Walker's fabled 1949 Gibson guitar, which inspired a generation of rockers. The shop will reopen this Thursday after an overall investment of almost $6 million. Work on the studio itself is yet to begin, but it's likely that it'll be completed within a year. Soundgarden are about 70% of the way through making a final album featuring vocals recorded by Chris Cornell when the band were demoing tracks. The songs were written in 2015 and 2016, with Cornell laying down vocals on the demos before his death in 2017. With the vocal tracks as their guiding light, Matt Cameron, Ben Shepherd, and guitarist Kim Thayil have been building the songs around Cornell's voice. Process of making what will be Soundgarden's seventh and final album has been bittersweet, according to Matt Cameron. Saying, quote, it's been a really amazing and bittersweet process. We're in the process of finishing it. We don't have a release date yet, but I'd say we're about 70% of the way done tracking all the stuff. We are hard at work at completing the album, which sounds killer, and we're really excited to finish it. Led Zeppelin will be the subject of a new photo exhibit in Los Angeles. It's Been a Long Time will feature never-before-seen Led Zeppelin photos from the archives of music photographer Jeffrey Mayer, including concert and backstage images from the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer's first tour. The exhibition is set to open September 26th at Eye for Sound Gallery, which is owned by System of a Down lead singer Serj Tankian. Tankian saying, "I'm excited to be exhibiting these rare and powerful photos of an iconic band such as Led Zeppelin at Eye for Sound. As a musician and artist myself, seeing these great moments in rock immortalized on our gallery walls is always a treat." The exhibition will be open to the public and run through October. Some of Mayer's photos will be available for purchase for the very first time. In a new interview, Scott Stapp from Creed was asked if there's been any talk about he and his bandmates working on fresh music, saying, quote, "We've talked about stuff, but nothing is definitive. Nothing's been planned. We're just letting this all kind of develop organically, reconnect as human beings and as a band. I think that if we continue to do that, at some point it's inevitable that the possibility of new music would come out of that. I don't think it's out of the question, but like I said, there's nothing planned and nothing to be announced." And congratulations to 21 Pilots. Breach is the #1 album in America. It's the biggest opening week for any rock album in the U.S. for 6 years, with over 200,000 certified units. That includes 169,000 traditional albums sold, making it the band's biggest sales week ever. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 276 featuring Chad Gray